One last question. This come up because you get all these opinions from people, amateurs out there around rear brake.
Hmm.
Do you use the rear brake much, if at all?
So no, not typically. No, not a lot of rear brake. I never use the rear brake on the entry into the turns.
Yeah.
I'm all on the front brake. I never touch the rear brake on the way into the turns, and I don't use it in the middle of the turns as well. The only time that I use that rear brake for me as a tool is sometimes off the start when you do the start to try and control the wheelie, and the exit of the turns to try and control the wheelie as well. And that's not even every turn. That's just some turns. Just the nature of the turn as the bike sort of you pick the bike up off the edge of the tire and come up onto the top part of the tire. It's a quite rapid sort of rate, and the throttle application's a rapid rate as well.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
accelerations, yeah, so it causes the wheelie. So it it's actually I find it far easier to just roll the throttle to full gas
Mm.
and then just you modulate the wheelie with the rear brake. I mean, it does have wheelie control on it, with the electronics, but sometimes and often it doesn't work when the rate of acceleration is so fast. It's almost like when the wheelie comes up and the rate's so quick that the wheel comes up, it can go past whatever the hold should be for to stop the wheelie. It can go past that, and then it'll take off. It'll just keep going up. So, like especially at Morgan Park, definitely there's a lot of places there that I'll use it just because of the nature of those types of turns.
Yeah.
On a lot of the faster tracks where you've got a lot of momentum in the turn, well then the wheel will come up, but it'll be at a very slow rate, and the electronic will catch it. But yeah, I know I see it's an interesting one because it's been something that it's been very interesting to me, even as a rider growing up and progressing through the different categories of bikes and everything about rear brake. Um, and I can only go off of results and
Mm.
my speed. Like when I ride, I don't ever feel like I need to use the rear brake to go faster. Like I can always do everything I need to do the speed that I want to go at with the front brake, and I
Yeah.
can control it with that. And like I said, you can only I've set lap records, I've won races, I've won championships. That's how I've ridden, and it's worked for me. And so that's just the way that I ride. I feel like it's a tool, and some people talk about using it in the the last part of the braking phase. So we talk about trail braking on the entry of the turn. Initially on the first part of the braking, it's very heavy with the front brake, maximum brake pressure with the front because you're in a straight line. Typically the rear is either in the air or it's very, very light. So rear brake application then wouldn't make any sense anyway because the rear is off the ground or very light. And all your stopping power is with the front wheel. But once you start to trail the brake off and steer the bike into the turn, then you're starting to put some more weight to the rear. The rear tire's got some more grip, and particularly as you get to the last, very, very last, probably like 25% of releasing the front brake pressure, that's when you'll see guys, particularly in MotoGP and World Superbike, see them start to really look to apply the rear brake and probably just get the maximum out of the braking phase that you possibly can. But it seems so marginal to me, like the amount that you would get out of that. And I yeah, like again, I've never really played around with it too much, and I've never felt like I needed to. So yeah, that's
Mm.
that's my take on it. That's how I use it.